Should you quit your job to start trading in stocks? Hi there, my name is Kritesh and welcome to TradeWin's YouTube channel. One of the most asked questions on our learning platform FinGrad is that should I quit my job and should I start trading in stocks? Well, we'll try to answer this question in this video. Now, first of all, if you're new to this channel, please subscribe. We publish a lot of investing and trading related videos on this channel every week. Well, the simple answer for this question, that should you quit your job and start trading in stocks, is no. So let's see a scenario where you took a guitar and quit your job and wanted to become a musician. Well, if you have not been playing guitar for a very long time, if you don't know how to do it well, the likelihood is that you will fail in becoming a good musician or even make a livelihood on that one. The similar scenario is true with even trading in stocks. If you have not been trading in stocks for a very long time, if you have not been doing it for at least last 6 months, 1 year, and if you just expect that you will enter the market and start making profits from the first day, you are going to fail. And as a matter of fact, 90% of the traders does not make profit from the stock market. So yes, the chances of here failing is way higher compared to any other industry. And moreover, if you are a total beginner and you have not been doing it, then you should not quit your job and not start trading. Now let us understand the scenarios when you should quit your job and consider taking trading as a career. So if the answer of most of the questions that I'm going to ask next is yes, in that scenario, you can quit your job and start trading. But if the answer of most of those questions are no, then do not think about making trading as a career right away. First, do you have enough education? Do you know how candlesticks chart works, how price action work, how volume work, how to use technical indicators, how to look into charts, patterns, trend lines? Well, if the answer is no, if you don't know what these are, what are candlesticks, what are technical analysis, then you do not have enough education. And maybe you can stop the video watching right now and start focusing more on learning than to thinking about making trading as a career. So if the answer is no, then you cannot become a trader right away. Second question is, do you have a sound methodology or a setup to make trading? So every trader has a setup that they use to make their trading decisions: when to enter a stock, when to exit a stock, how much profit to look into, where to put their stop loss, which indicators to use. So here the traders rely on their setup, and their setup has been giving them returns consistently. However, if in your case you do not have a setup, moreover not a record of consistent returns or consistent profits from your setup, then again you are not ready. First you need to work on a setup and find a setup which can give you consistent profits while trading in stocks. If you have a trading methodology, then you can think about making trading as a career. But if again the answer is no, then again you are not ready. Third, do you have an emergency fund? So when you are planning to make trading as a career, you will be quitting your job. In that case, you will not get a regular paycheck. So even if you are getting a 20,000 or 30,000 paycheck, it is consistently that you will be getting month on month. However, when you are trading in stocks, there may be scenarios in entire months you are not profitable. You will not be making any profit in 1 month. In that scenario, how will you deal? How will you pay your rent? How will you look after your family? How will you pay for food, traveling and all? So again, if you don't have an emergency fund of at least 2 years, you are not ready. You have to keep in mind that you will not become a profitable trader for at least the first 6 months when you start trading in stock. So do you have enough capital to survive that one? And in a lot of scenarios, even it takes longer time. So as a thumb rule, you should always have at least 2 years of emergency fund before you even think about making trading as a career and quitting your job. Fourth, are you emotionally prepared? So when you quit your job, you will have to work alone. Here, maybe few people enjoy working alone a lot of time, just sitting on their laptops, looking into charts, trading in stocks, and they do not need a lot of interaction with other employees, other colleagues, other members. But after 6 months, 1 year, 2 years, do you imagine yourself doing the same thing even after 2 years from now? After 2 years working alone, not going to offices, not interacting with anyone. So here again you need to think about your future. Are you emotionally prepared to doing that one? Are you emotionally prepared to sit on your home alone doing trading? And there again, a lot of time when you are having losses, you won't have anyone to talk about. When you are having profit, you won't have anyone to celebrate with. So here you have to get emotionally prepared if you want to quit your job and start trading as a career. So by now we have looked into the questions that you need to ask before choosing trading as a career. If the answers of most of these questions are no, then you are not prepared right now to quit your job and start trading. On the other hand, if the answers of all these questions are yes, then maybe you can look into making trading as a career. Now what we'll do is we'll look into some of the profit and loss statement and look into how much profit you can make, or at least how much you can expect earning from the stock market, and whether it will be enough for you to make trading as a career. Now you might be seeing a lot of screenshots on Twitter and other platforms that people making 5,000 rupees in a day while trading in stocks. So looking into that, you might be thinking that 5,000 a day, 20 trading days in a month, so they'll be making 1 lakh. But the scenario is not that. First of all, no one can make consistently profit for all the 20 days. And second is that other charges are also involved, which includes brokerages, transaction charges, taxes and all. So now let us look into the figure and understand how much profit actually the traders can make. So let's say there are 20 days in a month and the hit ratio for the trader is 60%. It means that 60% of the time they are making money, 40% of the time they are losing here. So 60% is a big number. A lot of time it can be even lower, but has 60% to 70% some of the hit ratio that good traders look forward to. So this means that trader will make money for 12 days and for the rest 8 days he'll be losing money. Now let's understand that the trader is good in risk reward. He is good in making money and he is good in keeping that one. On the good days, he makes an average of rupees 5,000. On the other hand, on the bad day, on the losing day, he just loses 2,500 rupees. So here the important thing is to understand is his wins are bigger and his losses are smaller. So we are just taking a hypothetical case here. In that case, he'll be making 5,000 for 12 days on an average, and his total profit will be 12 into 5,000. On the other hand, he'll be losing for 8 days, and we are thinking that for all 8 days on an average he will lose around 2,500. So for him the loss will be 8 into 2,500. And for a safer side, we'll take the brokerages and transaction charges, taxes, everything to be around 8,000. This is a lower amount that we are taking. A lot of time TC transaction charges can improve if they are doing a lot of over trading. So here we are taking 8,000 as the brokerages and all. So here you can see how much the net profit he'll be making by the end of the month, and it will be equal to the profit minus losses minus the brokerage charge and transaction charges that he'll be seeing. So here you can see that trader can only make 32,000. So even if someone is boasting that he made 5,000 in a day, doesn't means that he will be making 1 lakh in a month. He'll be making on an average around 32,000 on that month. Now let's change some of the figures here. Let's say the average win is 5,000 and average loss is also 5,000. On the good day also he is making 5,000, and when he's losing on that average he is also losing 5,000. If you see these numbers, and again keeping all the other variables same, that he has a 60% win rate, in that case the net profit will only be 12,000. So will 12,000 be good enough to make a livelihood in a month? The answer is no in most of the cases. Now let's again change some numbers. Let's say instead of 60%, 50% of time he is making profit, which means that 10 days he is making profit, 10 days he is making losses. So we'll change the hit ratio to 50%, and here you can see that overall he is in a net loss of 8,000 rupees. Why? Because he has to pay brokerages and transaction charges also. So what I want to say that even if you see someone making 5,000, 6,000 rupees in a day, it doesn't mean that they are making a lot of profit. The hit ratio, the win ratio for a trader, a good trader, is only 60%. And unless and until he is good in making a lot of profit and he is good in controlling his losses, he will not be able to become a profitable. So again, when you are making your own decision, look into how much is your average profit, how much profit you are making on a good day, on an average in the entire month, and how much is your average loss, how much is the loss you are making on every day in the entire month, and how much is the hit ratio. If you can increase the hit ratio to 60%, and if you reduce the average losses, if you just limit it to 2,000, you can change the numbers again here. In here you can see 36,000 is the profit, but again 60% hit ratio is a big one. The chance is that the numbers will vary, and again you have to look into other factors also. We have taken 20 trading days. What if the exchange is closed for some days in a month, or what if you are taking a holiday, or what if you are ill and you cannot trade on that days your profit and losses are again gone. So all these scenarios you have to understand, you have to take into consideration before you plan to make a trading as full-time career for you. So I hope this video was helpful to you. If you have any doubts regarding how to become a full-time trader, you can comment in the section below. And if you want to learn more about stock market trading and investing, you can go to our learning platform FinGrad. Its website is joinfingrad.com. Thank you for watching. This is Kritesh signing off.